quick update. Got the gas tank installed yesterday. Yesterday was New Year's Day, so I had a couple hours to get out here and mess around. This is a stock Jeep gas tank out of a 1986 CJ7, which very fortunately, because again we're working on a CJ6, we've got a little bit extra room in the back. So normally this tank would not fit, but we're able to squeeze it in very, very neatly behind the rearmost section of the frame. So we still have the rear bumper going across there. Used the standard CJ or Wrangler gas tank skid underneath, so we're protected on the bottom. The tank isn't just sitting there, and it fits nicely between the leaves in the back. So I'm really happy with the way that the tank sits in there. New strap over the top, but other than that, fits very nicely. As you can see, we do have enough clearance between where the body will sit, because obviously the body will sit on that frame rail, and while it looks a little close here, keep in mind there's going to be your standard 1-inch rubber bushing that sits between the frame rail and the body, so we'll have another inch above that to give us really plenty of clearance over the hoses and wiring for the fuel pickup. So we've got to get our inline fuel pump, we've got to get a filter, we've got to get some line and a fuel pressure regulator, and we will run that on up to the 4-liter there at the front. This is a good place to make this note, good a place as any. I've done this before when I've converted carbureted Jeeps or carbureted gas tank setups to run fuel injection. There are a couple of parts you're going to want to pick up. The first is an E2000 Airtex external fuel pump. They're all over Amazon. They're about $60. They're a great fuel pump. They're super easy to install, and I've had really good luck with those. After you've run your external fuel pump, so the next thing after the fuel pump going forward will be a steel fuel filter. You want to go with steel. You don't want to go with plastic, because that Airtex pump does push right around 87 or 90 psi, so it's cranking, and you want a steel body to sort of help contain that pressure. The next item that you want to pick up when you're going into a 4-liter is it's the fuel pressure regulator for a WJ. So a 1999 through 2004 Jeep Grand Cherokee with the 4-liter straight 6. You put that part in that you're looking for it. Again, the fuel pressure regulator for a 99 through 04 Jeep Grand Cherokee, and you will get the part that you're looking for. It'll have it'll have 2 openings on one end and 1 opening on the other end. Fuel comes in one opening. The fuel pressure regulator does what it's supposed to do. It feeds fuel out the other end of the regulator at right around 45 psi, which is what the 4-liter wants. And then the third opening on there is the return. So you'll notice this is where our fuel will go in, right here. So we'll connect this to that fuel pressure regulator, and then there'll be a return line that comes off that fuel pressure regulator, comes back down the length of the vehicle, and goes back in here to return fuel to the tank that's excess of the pressure. I've run that system on a couple of different Jeeps now. It works great. All in, you're talking about maybe $100. Like I said, that Airtex pump's about $60. The fuel pressure regulator you can usually get for $30 or $32 at any Advance Auto or wherever, and then that little steel fuel filter. So just wanted to make that note. I forgot to write that down the last time I was doing one of these, and people have been asking, so that's what you're looking for. I'll add the part numbers and links into the video as well. So gas tank is in, motor is in, transfer case is in, transmission is in. Now we're going to start doing some plumbing. We got to wire the motor, but the harness is sitting right there. It shouldn't be too tough. My goal is to try and run this motor as is in the frame before putting the body on, just because it's a heck of a lot easier to fix everything when there's no body on it.